Hiroshima, Stalingrad, D-Day, the Battle of Fort Sumter, Pearl Harbor. All impactful events of World War II. But nothing was more important in turning the tides of the war than Charles Smith and his stand at Fort Washington.
The young land started growing, the young blood started flowing, but I ain't a merchant anymore.
Charles Smith. Now let me tell you. God damn, now that's a man. I'm sure you've heard of him. Medal of Honor and such. But I'm glad to report that the Charles Smith the public knows is the same man that I know, personally. Me and him go way back. You know, back when us guys used to call him the Blender. You should have seen it. After he was done with them, it was like a strawberry smoothie. It was so red. But when he was around us guys, we made it out okay.
I mean, what can I say that already hasn't been said before? He lives a bit farther away from me, so I just met him a few years ago at a family reunion. At first I was like, what's this? No way he can be anyone's grandfather, let alone mine. But then I got to know him, and it's like I always knew him. My granddad's a cool dude. He's always telling me his war adventures and stuff. I mean, not everyone's granddad can have the Medal of Honor. At least, not at my school. My granddad likes fruits, and he says you should eat some every day to look as young as he looks. And he looks pretty young for his age. So maybe he's right. I don't know.
109 years is a long time. The good way is longer than the average lifespan, but that don't mean I plan on checking out anytime soon. My name is Charles the Blender Smith. I was born in a small farmhouse in Louisville, Kentucky in 1909.
My father was a traveling blender salesman from the big city, and my mother was a farmer's daughter. I don't think I need to say much else, but there I was, in the big world, knowing little of what was in store for me. Some might say I lived a wild life.
I say I just lived my life, and those who think otherwise need to find something worth living for. Me, it's my cats. They have small noses and love sitting on my lap. Before the war, I worked in a bar. I have to admit, I was a bit of an alcoholic. But without that gig, I would have never met Sydney, the girl of my dreams, and my wife, Sharon. The economy shut down my bar, and I fell into alcoholic behaviors. From there, I found God, and he said, Charles, the war is coming. Time to get a move on. So I did. I joined the armed forces in 1939, and there I was assigned to a group titled the 82nd Airborne. We were a fun group. But war? No, war isn't fun. We learned that the hard way. War has a funny way of haunting you. For me, when I close my eyes, I'm back. It's been this way for many moons, and I don't see the sun coming to clear it up anytime soon. It's been like this so long, it's like I've never left. And I don't think I ever can. Although I was born Charles Smith, I was more commonly known as the Blender. I got that nickname from my experience in the Second Great War.
It never seemed to stop raining that September, and just like the weeks before, it was raining that day too. Me and my squadron were on our way back from restocking our supplies, more specifically bullets. We were running low for the past couple days, and we were stationed a few blocks from the nearest armory. We were still pretty far from base, when someone yelled,
Get down!
We dove into the nearest foxhole, but to our devastation, we left our weapons back at base.
There was only one way out, other than dying. And in order to save my men, I sacrificed myself for the greater good. I'm just lucky that I'm still here. I spoke up, took off my lid, and said, Step aside, big fella. I got this.
They filled me to the brim with bullets and sent me on liquefy. I can still hear the screams. But because of me, that night, American wives still had their American husbands, and American children still had their American fathers. And I gave a big F.U. to those Japanese and Nazi scum, courtesy of the U.S. of A.
I know it isn't safe to blend without a lid, but neither was war. Word got out what I did that day, and the government was quick to capitalize on their new image of a one-man army. I was the face of American propaganda, of which I still haven't seen a dime. I was the inspiration of a movie series called Rainbow? Radio? Rainbow, that's it. The world leaders loved the movie, So much that they personally requested to get a group picture together. I honestly think the movie's pretty shit. But behind the glamour, I was scarred. Although I took all Japs within 50 miles to dirt, Private Jacob got hit, and John skimmed. My exterior may be cold, but my heart isn't. It is gritty. This is real. This is what they don't tell you. They never leave me. I wake up and see them. They wander the halls. It's hard to leave the past behind when we all ended up in the same nursing home. Jacob, if you're watching this, don't you dare touch my sprite. Even though I was widely recognized as the world's first one-man army, it took them 72 years to realize what a badass I am and finally award me my medal. Thanks, Obama. I know what you're thinking. What's it like being a 109-year-old national treasure and veteran blender? I'm okay, but old as shit. Things aren't built to last anymore. I think the key to getting my age has to be my 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Yes, cigarettes and fruit. That's the healthy way. I will say, one thing that me and war have in common is that it never changes. And I sure as won't either. War is hell. But I am salvation.